Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is doing well. I am excited because today I have a fun video and it's about following some tips and steps on how to apply foundation like a pro, and I'm following Wayne Goss's steps on doing so. He just posted a video today and I was so interested in it and I've learned so many things and it looks like so simple, so I want to try it and see if I see a difference in how I normally do it compared to the steps he has taught in that video. So I'm gonna do it today. So if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. It will mean the world to me. Now let's get into the video. First, a sip of coffee. This is a McDonald's iced coffee. Excited. Okay, so he said, first things first, do not moisturize your face, just prime it, he said, because when you just prime your face, your foundation seems to stick to the primer more than having a moisturizer, primer, and then foundation. It seems to look a little bit more heavy. So I'm gonna go in, like, I just have my face all washed, only my eyes are done, and I'm gonna go in with the Hard Candy Hydrating Primer. This is the dewy one. So this is a dupe for the milk one, and I'm gonna add this much to my face and let it sit. I am so excited about this. I want to see if it really works, if I do see a difference or not. It is just super exciting. I just watched his video and it just blew my mind how nice it looked on his face and the tips and tricks he has on applying foundation like a pro. So I want to try it on my face and see how well it looks. For this video, you don't need much. Primer, foundation. Make sure that you don't use a dewy foundation. So I'm gonna go in with more of a matte full coverage foundation because I want to see how it works, and I will tell you in a minute why I say don't go with a dewy one. Okay, so for foundation, I'm gonna go in with the Lost and Seal foundation, which is this one right here. I love this one, the Garland Lost and Seal, and this is in the shade 00W. Now a little goes a long way. Maybe I should put my hair up for this. Oh, you guys, I can't believe the tips and tricks he had in this video. I'm gonna link his video down below as well because I want to give him credit for this. Obviously, this is not my tips and tricks, it's his. So he doesn't do it this way. He basically puts the foundation on the hand and then goes in with the sponge. So I'm just gonna put the rest on the hand. And sorry, not a sponge, he uses a brush. So I love to apply my foundation with brushes. So we're gonna do his technique. So we are just going to buff in the foundation into our face, and a little goes a long way. He wants to make it as natural as possible. So he doesn't wanna add too much and make it look heavy. The whole point is learning how to apply this foundation like a pro and at the same time look very natural, like you're not wearing any foundation. So this is the next step. So he says make sure that you apply your foundation. If it's not a very close match to your skin, make sure you apply it around your ears if your ears are more red, and don't forget this spot here because then you'll see a line between where you applied your foundation and your natural skin. So I'm picking up more slowly from the back of my hand and adding it in this spot. So again, if your ears are red, you make sure you apply it. And a good point he made is if you do wear your hair up and the foundation is a different shade than your skin color, well, not a different shade, but more of a deeper or lighter shade, and you put your hair up, then you will notice on the back of your neck and the back of your ears where you have foundation and where you don't have. So he says make sure you apply it on the back of your neck, on the front of your neck, and so on and so forth. So I don't need to do that because it is almost 8 o'clock in the evening when I'm filming this, because I'm so excited. I want to give it a try. Okay, so I still have foundation on the back of my hand, but I think that's pretty much it. I'll save it for now and see if we need to fix anything. Now, next step. This is so cool. You can find this at the dollar store or Dollar Tree or any cheap store, even Walmart, Superstore. And these are this cosmetic wedges, and this is what he uses. He uses one of them. So I bought a full pack because there's like 20 pieces for like $1 or $2 or $1.25. So let's go into a dry sponge, not a wet one, a dry. Oh, I don't like this one. This one's too crooked. Okay, so a dry sponge, brand new. Lightly go over your whole face, what we just did, in dragging motion, lightly to push kind of everything in. So everywhere where we apply foundation. Now these tips and tricks that he's teaching are for the foundation to look smoother, more natural on your face, and to last all day long. Well, he says no foundation really lasts all day long, or your makeup needs to be touched up by the end of the day, but this will give you the chance to have your foundation last as long as possible. So as you can see, some has come off, which that's the whole point in doing that. Okay, so the face looks very good. Now what he does, let me zoom you guys in a little bit more. Same sponge. We're gonna grab a tissue. So all you need is a very simple tissue with the same sponge. We're gonna wrap it around like this. Okay, just like that. Turn it into a stem. Now we are going to bounce this all over the face. So bounce like this, okay? Now what this does, it basically removes all of the oils from the foundation, and this is what will make it last much longer on your face. Now this is a very good tip if you do have oily skin, especially in the T-zone. I have normal to dry skin, so but it is also very good to do this because by removing the oils away from this foundation that we have on the face, I can actually see that we are making a big difference in how the foundation looks on the face. It actually looks very natural and it looks like it is my skin but better. Okay, so as you can see, I am stamping and I'm not dragging, just stamping. Now this is another tip. He says, do you see the outer corner of the eye? Now I have already done my eyes, but he says here is a trick. You get with your pinky a little bit what's left on the foundation and you touch it up in this part. I'll zoom you guys in so you can see this part of your eye right here, because he says that this part of your eye sometimes it gets missed and you want to cover this area because it's usually darker in the outer corner, and if you cover it with the foundation that you applied on your skin, it allows for a more smoother, nicer looking eyeshadow when you do apply your eyeshadow in here. So I already do have my eyeshadow applied, but I wanted to do it for you guys so you can see what I mean in this step. So basically what we did, we took away all the discoloration that we have in the outer corner of our eyes. What we're gonna do is, if you do not apply any of your creams and you go in with powdered bronzer and powder blush, the next step is to do your powder, or you can always do this step after you apply your cream products. So I'm not gonna apply any cream products today. I'm just gonna show you what he does. So I'm gonna go into my Kosas Cloud Set powder in the shade Breezy, which is this one right here. And for this, he says, do not use a sponge. No, do not use a brush. Use a sponge or a, what does he call it? A puff. So I'm using the Tati Beauty puff, and I'm going to slowly grab some powder, and do not drag or rub. You gently push into the skin. So he says grab little by little and work it all over the skin. Again, this is very good if you have oily skin, and this is very good if you have drier skin, if you want your makeup to last longer. And obviously for oily skin or oily T-zones, this will make your skin natural oils not come through as fast as they do. So look at this. I can definitely see my skin looking amazing. And of course, having a wonderful powder like the Kosas, it helps not dry up your skin. For concealer, again, you can do this before the powder because I'm gonna use the NARS concealer, and mine is in the shade Light 1, and very little in the inner corner right here. 1 and 2, and use your finger, and all this does, it lights up this inner corner. So he uses the finger, which I did, but I'm not patient enough to just use my finger, so I have to use a brush. So there you go. Do you see how nice and open my eye looks with that concealer in the inner corner? That's all we have to do for concealer. Next step, what he does, he applies blush. I didn't see him apply bronzer, but I'm gonna quickly apply my Kosas golden bronze in the shade medium, and it is this one right here. So pretty. And I'm gonna quickly apply this. I'm gonna use a Moda buffer brush and just give myself a very little bronze, not much, because I want to show you what he does with the blush that he applies. I can always add this bronzer after I apply my blush as well. Okay, so what he does with the blush. Now he uses a powder blush. I'm gonna go into my Melt, and this is the Sundown blush. It is so pretty. Look at that shade. That's my favorite color. Now for this, I love to apply my blush with this a stippler brush, but this time I think I'm gonna go into this Moda buffer brush, and I'll show you what he does. So he basically, maybe I need to switch to a bigger one. So he puts blush on the brush, and he gently starts from the temple and kind of massage it gently all over the face like that. Very nice. Now I'm gonna go into this Moda blender brush and do the same thing here. So he uses a very big brush and applies it like this, so from the temple down, so he doesn't go past this cheekbone, and then he likes to bring it up like that into the forehead where we do put our bronzer. So the complexion looks so pretty. Now I'm not gonna apply any highlighter because this whole video is on how to apply your foundation like a pro based on Wayne Goss's latest video on tips and tricks. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into this smaller brush and just apply a little bit. I always like to do that. Tip of my nose and kind of connect it with my cheek a little bit. So here is the look. What do you guys think? Let me zoom you in. Okay, so what do you guys think? I'm gonna start from this side so you guys can see the complexion and slowly move so you can see how everything turned out on the face and how smooth and very skin-like everything looks. Not cakey, not oily. Everything is pushed in and set because of all those steps and tricks that we did. So can you believe that I have not used a wet sponge at all? Just a brush and a dry sponge and a tissue. That's all. So this is how the face and complexion turned out with absolutely no highlighter right now. It is beautiful. I think I do see a difference. This foundation that I use, it's more of a matte. It's not a glowy foundation. It's more of a matte foundation. But I do love that this tips and tricks in combination with the powder and the foundation has not caused me any cakiness, any dryness on the face, and it makes my skin look like a second skin. It is just beautiful. So make sure that you guys comment down below and let me know if you do see a difference and what you think of how the complexion turned using all these tips and tricks by Wayne Goss. I'll make sure to link down his video below and go ahead and check out his video because he has amazing tips and I learned so much from him. Now, I don't know how this works with the Glowish by Huda Beauty or any type of glowy looking foundation. It might still look good because if you use the Glowish one, which is like super glowy, you can use this technique and actually eliminate some of it, yet you still look nice and glowy and sun-kissed and perfection on your skin. So I'm gonna try that next time I do a video. But right now, I wanted to put these tips and tricks for you guys, and I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. It's just a pleasure watching Wayne, and yeah, if you really love this video and enjoyed it, please consider subscribing and give this video a big thumbs up. It would help my channel so much, and I will see you in my next one. Love you guys. Bye.